This is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again.
Donald Trump is projected to win a second term as president. That's where we're starting this special all-election episode of The 7 from The Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Wednesday, November 6th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Former President Donald Trump has officially passed the threshold to secure a resounding victory in the presidential race. At the time of this recording, at around 6 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday morning, the Republican candidate has won 276 Electoral College votes. His Democratic rival, Vice President Kamala Harris, currently has 224. 270 are needed to win. Trump won the critical swing states of Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. A handful of states have yet to be called. Trump will become the second president in American history to secure non-consecutive terms and will be the first felon to be president. At 78, he's also the oldest person ever elected president. Trump also won his home state of Florida, helping to cement its status as a red state. One Florida voter, Marilyn Falatico, spoke yesterday about why she cast her ballot for the former and now the next president.
Technically, the most important issue for me was my country. The country that I'm living in is not the country I was born into. So I'm voting for America, and the only one who's putting America first is Donald Trump. That's what I'm voting for. And that takes care of every topic.
Things are moving quickly this morning, and the news may have changed by the time you listen to this, so make sure you check out the Post's homepage for all the latest results. Number 2. Donald Trump claimed victory early this morning. Trump made a celebratory speech to his elated supporters from his campaign headquarters in Florida. He appeared before his victory was confirmed. He shouted out his campaign team, talked about Elon Musk's recent SpaceX rocket launch, and insulted the media. He also promised to, quote, fix everything when he returns to the White House.
We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy?
Kamala Harris declined to address supporters at her campaign's watch party at Howard University in Washington, D.C. last night. She is expected to speak today. Number 3. Republicans took back control of the Senate. Republicans won 2 key races yesterday. West Virginia Governor Jim Justice won the Senate contest in his state. That turned the 51-49 Democratic Senate into an even 50-50. The seat had been held by Senator Joe Manchin, a Democrat turned independent who is retiring. And Republican car dealer Bernie Moreno defeated incumbent Senator Sherrod Brown in Ohio. That gave Republicans their 51st seat, with a handful of races left to be called. It means Republicans will have a majority in the Senate for the first time in 4 years. And it means that Trump will have the Senate on his side as president. That should help him to carry out his agenda and put together his administration. Number 4. The House majority is still too close to call. Ahead of Election Day, polling hinted that Democrats could take back control from Republicans in the House. But many crucial races remain toss-ups. It could be many hours or even days before we know where things land. Democrats went into Election Day needing to flip 4 Republican-held seats to secure a House majority. A flip in the House, if it happens, would usher in a new era of Democratic leadership in that chamber. Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries could become the first Black Speaker of the House. You can find a link to the latest House results in our newsletter. Find that in our show notes. Several states' abortion ballot measures appear headed for victory. That's our 5th story. At the time of our recording, measures to protect abortion rights were on pace to win in a majority of the 10 states where they were on the ballot. That includes in deep red Missouri, which was easily won by Trump and Republicans. Voters there overturned one of the nation's strictest abortion bans, which was triggered when the Supreme Court ended the constitutional right to an abortion in 2022. The success of that and other ballot measures could expand abortion access nationally for millions of people. But in Florida, abortion rights supporters had a major setback. A proposed constitutional amendment to end the state's strict ban fell just short of the 60% approval needed for passage. Number 6. Russia was blamed for bomb threats at polling stations. Election day seemed to run smoothly, thanks in part to early voting. But there were software issues in Pennsylvania and long ballots and lines in Arizona. And false bomb threats led to temporary shutdowns at some voting sites in swing states. Local officials reported more than a dozen threats in Georgia alone, in Democratic-leaning and predominantly Black communities in the Atlanta area. And Arizona's Secretary of State said several polling locations in Navajo County, which is home to many Native Americans, also received hoax bomb threats. The FBI said yesterday that many of the threats appeared to originate from Russian email domains, but the agency said they didn't ultimately threaten the orderly voting process. And at number 7. Gen Z voters' signatures are causing problems for ballot counters. Thousands of voters in Nevada need to verify their signatures on mail-in ballots before they can be counted. The problem, in part, is that many young people don't have consistent written signatures. And that's an issue. Advocates say handwritten signatures are an outdated way of verifying votes, and that they should be replaced by another form of verifiable and unique ID. Otherwise, more and more young people's votes could end up being rejected, because some just haven't developed their signature yet. So to any Gen Z listeners, that's something you can figure out before the next election. All right, you're all caught up. As I said at the top of the show, things are moving quickly this morning. The Washington Post is working 24 hours a day to bring you all the latest news from across the country. You can find all our coverage on our site, on our app, and on our social media channels. And also keep an ear out today for more episodes from our colleagues on Post Reports. They're dropping multiple episodes today, digging deeper into this historic moment for America. Find Post Reports wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.